All over the United States, thousands of families struggle to make ends meet. These same families are faced with their own unique obstacles, hindering their ability to provide the best for their loved ones. In this video, you'll hear 4 amazing stories from people who have been faced with some of life's most difficult circumstances. These are the faces of only a handful of participants who have benefited from Home Start, a family and intervention program dedicated to strengthening families and protecting children right here in San Diego. Their life stories are heartbreaking, sometimes brutal, full of fear, insecurity, and sometimes danger. Can they overcome their circumstances and use Home Start to their advantage? Find out next on Home Start Success Stories.
I felt scared. I felt like the world was coming down on me, like I had no other escape.
Joanna gave birth to a son at the age of 17. She had never received prenatal care. She had no insurance and no assistance for her baby.
I come from a Latino Hispanic family, and it's not common to have a teen mom. It was tough on me because I'm the oldest and the only girl, and I go to high school and my brothers look up to me.
Joanna's father works at 2 restaurants while her mother works part-time to support their family. Joanna carries a heavy burden.
At a point, I also felt very guilty, like my brothers look up to me and look at what I've done. But now that I'm a mom, I realize a lot of things, like it's not gonna be easy. You have to move on, not just say you can't, at least try. It taught me a lot of things.
I'm a single mother of 2 children. I was laid off from a dental office I was working at.
Zulima lost her job in September of 2008, leaving her unable to provide the necessities that mattered most to herself and her 2 children.
It was very difficult having no other financial resource. The only resource I had was my employment, my wages. That was the only income at the home. So by not having that, it was very frustrating at times. That's why I started looking for programs for assistance.
Shortly after becoming unemployed, Zulima was in dire need of food and clothing assistance. She found herself in line at Home Start's Mid-City Warehouse Food Bank.
Then I saw the line, I saw people helping out, getting tables, getting everything out. So I came in, I talked to Lila.
Let me show you what we do here. We have clothing for the families, and this is our children's room, the housewares department, the men's department, our bedding department, and the same goes for the ladies department.
I asked her if I would be able to help her, so I volunteered to help. What we're doing today is Tuesdays, we distribute food for everyone that comes for food assistance. They come early in the morning. We start giving numbers out around 9:30. Besides the food assistance and meeting great people here, I came and they just opened their arms to help me and to assist me. After being a volunteer, I became an employee, and that's how I came to Home Start.
Estaba muy caída y mis hijos estaban demasiado descontrolados y
I felt very hopeless. My children were out of control. I felt lonely and I didn't know what to do.
Claudia was referred to Child Welfare Services several times due to her difficulty in parenting and managing her children's educational needs.
I did nothing to help my children. I was depressed and I was bringing my kids down with me.
At one point, Claudia had one child on probation, 2 children with severe attendance issues at school, and another with intense behavioral issues in the classroom.
When my case manager came to my life, I started to see things differently. She helped me to improve. She taught me that if I didn't pick myself up, I wasn't going to be able to do it for my children. She told me where to get clothes and other resources in the community. She always encouraged me. The most important thing she taught me was to get closer to my children. She taught me to talk to my children and not to yell at them. I used to be afraid, but I don't feel that way anymore. I feel that I can now do things on my own. I'm not afraid to communicate.
Jocelyn, the one that we've been doing the program with, she was very aggressive and extremely defiant.
Jocelyn is a 4-year-old little girl who was under the care of Child Protective Services. She was a victim of alleged abuse by a perpetrator living outside the home. Jocelyn's father is active duty military, and her mother, a full-time stay-at-home mom.
It was very chaotic. We couldn't find any kind of situations that would work on our behalf to convince her without, bribing and everything else. So we didn't really have a format, just trying different things, suggestions from different books and stuff, and it wasn't working.
Children who have not had the opportunity to heal from the trauma of abuse often grow up to become abusers. Even more startling is the fact that 90% of our violent criminals were abused as children. Jocelyn received parent-child interaction therapy with her mother under the home-based program and is currently undergoing treatment with her father.
Okay, thank you for cleaning up and finishing the job.
It was a step-by-step process. So it really helped to walk through everything, and then when it came to the end of it, you knew how to handle each situation better.
Home Start works tirelessly to help families identify and use their strengths to build a better future for themselves. Home Start is committed to preventing child abuse and neglect within families and within our neighborhoods, also recognizing that all children hope for a brighter future.
Getting back on my feet, I'm barely starting. Home Start gave me the opportunity to get back on my feet, to be able to get an income to support my 2 children and myself. So I feel much better than it was before, and I'm ready to continue to move on and to take any opportunity that comes at work.
I would encourage people to join this program. No matter how difficult your situation is, they can help you to get through, so I really thank them.
Home Start has changed our family dramatically. It's calmer. My husband and I are on the same page when it comes to parenting. It's a program that I found to be absolutely incredible.
They can teach you that, yeah, it's gonna be hard, but you can get through it. I want my son to look up at me and say, hey, that's my mom. She made it, on her own. She had me when she was young, Let my story teach other people things, and let my son be proud of who I am.
In each of the 4 stories you've heard, the road they traveled was a long one. It took dedicated staff working every day to make changes. These proven practices assure that every child has a safe, stable, and nurturing home. Home Start is part of a community where what affects one affects all. Opening your mind and heart to the needs of children allows them to become healthy, productive adults. The children and families of San Diego need your help. Please join Home Start now to prevent child abuse.